Hey guys, so in my last video I said follow me on Instagram so I can get to 50k. Well, I didn't really set a goal, but that was the premise of that. And I hit 50k on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter and let's get those to 10,000 million followers. I saw a comment recently on my last video because I mentioned that I'm vegetarian and I use cruelty-free products, and then I also mentioned that I buy goods from Louis Vuitton, who obviously the handbags and stuff are made of leather. And I kind of wanted to address that because I feel like, yeah, it makes it sound a little bit dodgy, but I'm not a believer of like all or nothing. I think whatever you do, whatever little helps. So for example, I don't use makeup tested on animals because like a foundation will last what, 3 months, a mascara will last a month or so. I just don't see how that is okay, like having it tested on animals for literally a month of use. Or like food, like you literally eat it in 10 minutes and it's done. With like handbags and stuff, they will literally last years if it's real leather. So I don't know, I am not an all or nothing person. It might sound a bit contradictory. The thing is, I never preach and I never tell people to do stuff that they don't want to do. If you eat meat, fine. If you use makeup tested on animals, great. If you, not great, but like, yeah, sure. If you buy leather handbags, I'm so okay with that. I'm not an all or nothing person. I try and do my part in the world, but I'm not an all or nothing person. I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna, you know, cut everything out of my life. I've tried to cut out as much as possible, aka I don't eat meat or fish and I don't use makeup tested on animals, but I just can't help the odd handbag. So I just wanted to address that comment because I never want to sound preachy, and I feel like if you guys literally cut out meat once a week, for me that is more than enough. I'm not one of those people that will be like, no, you have to cut out everything out of your life. I think anyone doing anything at this point is. So yeah, I just wanted to address that for a minute. Don't know why, but I literally saw one comment about it and I was like, that's interesting. Where's Eeyore? We lost Eeyore. There he is. We stand Eeyore. So the first piece of mini tea is the Ace family, of course. It was bound to happen. So what happened was Catherine contacted Mr. Kate, who are a duo on YouTube that basically they decorate people's houses and flats, and they help people kind of put together rooms and make them look cohesive and beautiful. And Catherine from the Ace family got in touch with Mr. Kate and basically told them, hey, we need help. We have a new house. We need to sort it out because it doesn't look great. They came in, but at that point, the woman from the duo, can't remember her name, she was pregnant, and so obviously she went on maternity leave, and she said she would, you know, start planning things, and then when she's back after birthing her baby, she's going to get on with doing the whole house. And she was very excited about doing like the main rooms, like the living room and the master bedroom and the kids room and stuff. So Catherine was like very excited about it. She obviously trusted them to do a good job, but of course Austin didn't. What's new? He thought he could do it much better than them, so he took up on himself to do like the living room area, the entrance, basically the parts that they were the most excited to do and the ones that they had plans to do already. Like imagine getting someone who's that busy and that like well known in the industry to work on your house and then have them, you know, plan the rooms, plan the furniture, plan the colors and everything, and then they come in and they're like, oh, you've done things, great, let me change my plan. It's just such a waste of time, and it's just so inconsiderate of other people's time and work. And I feel like Austin really just thinks he is the most important person on planet Earth, and nothing that he can do will inconvenience anyone, and that people are just an inconvenience to him. So I feel like because he wasn't the one that found them and it was Catherine, he was like, no, I bet I'm just going to think of my own thing and I don't care what they're going to say. I think it's so rude, so inconsiderate. It's inconsiderate of them, and it's inconsiderate of Catherine, who went out of her way to contact them and get them to come in. And like, she was pregnant and she still like planned all these things so that when she comes back she can just get on with the work. And yeah, now here's the room that he designed and here's the room that they designed. You can clearly tell the difference in like expertise and like knowing how to put details together and not just throw a big couch into one area and be like. He also, when they were working on the kids' room, he kept on like walking past the room and saying, oh, I'm gonna walk in. And like the biggest part of like them decorating your house is the reveal. It's the, you know, you don't know what you're expecting, and then it comes and it's like, wow. And he just like, not only did he already ruin, what's happening with my hair? Not only did he already ruin like some of their plans, he also just wanted to ruin the surprise. I just think he's so inconsiderate. Now, another thing people have realized is that usually with the interior decorations, they will do one DIY project with the person that they are working with, and this time apparently there was no DIY project, which just goes to show that maybe they just wanted to get out of the way like so quickly. They were just like, yeah, we're just gonna do it and get out. I've never heard of people having a good time with Austin. I think when he just constantly demands things and he demands, but then he's so inconsiderate of other people's time and just expertise, and I just feel like he's just so up his own ass. It's unreal. And that's just the tea on that. Danielle Cohn. Oh god, I watched a video and it was by Spillsesh, and it was brought to my attention that Danielle Cohn is literally being directed by her mum. So I don't know if you guys remember, but back about like a few weeks ago, Danielle's mum said that she actually wants Danielle to come off of social media, and that she was the one that like begged Danielle to come off social media, which like you shouldn't beg your 13-year-old child to do absolutely anything. They should just do it. Then there was clips of live streams on Instagram of Jen, Dani's mum, telling her what to say. There's one Instagram live where Jen says to Danielle to do something, you're losing viewers. And before she does that, she puts on Danielle's live on her own phone because she can hear the echo. So she then went on her own daughter's live, slammed the door in the car, got out to continue watching what she's doing just to make sure that she's like doing stuff to keep viewers around. I just feel sick. And then there was another Instagram live where someone says to Danielle in the comments, is your dad or something like that, and Jen, Danielle's mum, in the background goes, I wish he was. And I feel like I don't care what happened, just common courtesy is to not wish upon the parent of your child in front of them. Maybe do it in your head, or just be professional, be mature, be grown up, be the adult in that situation, rise above it all. And then Danielle's older brother in the background just goes, this is why I don't hang out with you guys. This is why I don't go on trips with you guys. Can you just like shut up? And you can tell he's just sick of it because he's older and he's not in the limelight. He doesn't benefit from Jen's behavior. The thing is, Dani benefits from her mum being the way she is, so she doesn't really see a problem with it. Chad, her brother, on the other hand, he doesn't benefit from this. So what he sees is just a manipulative person who doesn't actually care about the well-being of her kids. And I think you can pretty much tell that he's fed up. He is so fed up, and I would be too if that was my parent. I don't know, added with the whole Hawaii clip of her mum filming Dani, I spoke about in like a previous video, and she goes, you know, show them your body, show them what you look like. I mean, with all of that, you can clearly tell that Jen is the director of all of this. I don't think Dani has any creative say over what happens on her channel or what happens with her career. Matter of fact is, Jen decides, Dani does, and then everyone else just has to put up with it. And you can tell everyone in that family is so fed up with their bullshit, and you just can't blame Dani for this because that's just the way she's been brought up, that's the way she's been growing up, and that's all she knows. But to think that no consequences have come from this is insane to me. Now, I've been DM'd about this story multiple times now on my Instagram and Twitter. There is a family channel called KK and Baby J. I'll put them on the screen. Yeah, I've never heard of them before, but it seems like a kind of an Ace family kind of a thing, like a very family friendly, family vlogging, we're happy all the time kind of a channel. Turns out the mum of that channel, after she had her kids, she kind of bounced back to her original weight. She did really well. She had like a personal trainer, she did the whole training thing, she lost a lot of weight, and then she started very much focusing on fitness and selling like training bundles on her website. They were ranging from like $50 to $100, and people were kind of saying, you know, like, you're not a professional trainer. Matter of fact is, you lost some weight with the help of someone else. You can't then just be like, I'm professional, I know what I'm doing. But she got very much like fitness orientated, and now she put up a competition for losing weight where you have to buy the most expensive bundle, the $100 one, and then post before and after pictures so that other people can judge you and then say who they think looks the best. Lose weight and then we're going to judge the way you look is toxic, and it's not nice. Yeah, I hope I'm not the only one that's just like, this is weird. This is weird for a family channel to do. Please don't do that. And the fact is that they can't buy the cheaper bundles. They have to buy the $100 one. Why? And then I saw a comment floating around on YouTube that said that probably what they're doing with those before and after pictures is they're getting promo for their bundle. That's so smart. It's literally just like great marketing and advertising. They're probably because they're asking for before and after pictures with the $100 bundle. So then they're going to advertise that this $100 bundle does this to you. Oh my god. Like, people need to start reading privacy, like terms and conditions on things that they agree to, because there could be some kind of a clause there that says that they're going to use your pictures for promo. And if that's the case, then we know where those pictures are going and why this competition was even started to begin with. But I thought that was so interesting, and whoever came up with that. There was another thing that I forgot to mention. Last video I mentioned Kylie Cosmetics, and then I somehow forgot to mention that she sold 51% of her company to Coty. Coty is actually a non-cruelty free brand, but it's like a parent company, so they have their own products, but then they have companies under them as well. And the thing is, some people take cruelty free, and this comes back to the all or nothing thing again. I feel like some people take cruelty free in an all way. So if a company is cruelty free but their parent company isn't, people will say that that company is not cruelty free. But some people will say that if, let's say, Kylie Cosmetics is cruelty free and then she is owned by Coty who aren't cruelty free, she still is cruelty free. So there's two different people, two different types of people. This is the all or nothing thing. Some people take it very seriously and some people are kind of loosely going about the whole thing. I don't think any of those are wrong. I mean, you do whatever feels right to you. I feel like no one can tell you what you should be doing with your life or what you should be putting your money into. But people are concerned that maybe she will lose a cruelty free status overall. Like, she will just, as a company, stop being cruelty free. People are also concerned about like the creative aspects of things. She did say that she's still going to stay on as like the creative mind behind everything, but I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. She made a lot of money from it. She cashed out pretty well. I think it was something like 700 million or something. So I mean, good for her. But I'm just wondering what will happen to her company now that she has sold 51% of her shares. That is like the majority vote. So she doesn't really get like a directive say over her company anymore. She might get a creative say over the products, but not necessarily what her company is about and how they will go about doing things, which is why people are wondering if she will keep her cruelty-free status. But then there are some people that are saying the fact that she is under a parent company that isn't cruelty-free makes her non-cruelty-free as it is, regardless of if she's cruelty-free or not. Cruelty-free is such a confusing area, and people, you know, some people take it very vaguely and some people take it very seriously, and it's just like a whole thing. It's for you to research and decide, but that is the tea on that. Next, we see a lot of famous people doing things, and we see a lot of influencers doing things. And then there was Sia, the singer, who went to, I believe, Target right before Thanksgiving, and she paid for everyone's things, and she said her name was Cece and that she won the lottery, and that is why she's paying for everyone's stuff. I am just amazed at her kindness. You know, in the world of the Jamie Trollses and the Drakes, I've spoken about him last video, and a few people are defending him in my comments. There is nothing you can say to me that will make me change my mind about Drake. He is creepy, okay? I find him creepy. And then there's the Sias of the world who just, you know, before Thanksgiving, you know, holidays are stressful if people are on a budget, and some people, you know, are not financially stable, so holidays are a very stressful time for them. For her to be able to lift some of that weight off of people because she's in a privileged position is beautiful. Yay, Sia. We love some nice among the. Then I saw that Shan XO tweeted about Superdrug, because they are selling brushes called XO brushes, and I'm pretty sure she has collections that say XO something on them because her name is Shan XO. Yeah, I don't know if they maybe didn't know who Shan XO is, because she was, maybe still is popular, but not as much as she was before, and she's kind of not like a British YouTuber, so maybe they weren't aware, or they were just trying to capitalize off of a name that they maybe wouldn't get sued by. Like if they copied like Zoella's name or someone, they might possibly get sued. But maybe if they thought that if it was like a slightly smaller influencer, they wouldn't be sued. So be careful, guys out there, because there's people preying on you, preying on your name and your brand. I forgot to mention this. Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star had their series finale, and they kind of put a lot of drama channels and different channels in. I was one of them. I was credited in the description. And then people pointed out that one of the people that they credited and used are like cis-phobic, transphobic. They're called Rev and Shani, and then they kind of like, Rev and Shani, one of them apologized on Twitter, but then it was just like, it was such a half-assed apology that no one really cared, and it wasn't that long ago, so what are you apologizing for? I just think in general, make sure you do more background checks on people, because yeah, it's a bit of a tough situation. Essentially what we've got here is a tough situation. There was an influencer called Kristen X LeeAnn who went to the American Influencer Awards, and she was caught saying the N-word along with the song. Oh god, okay, so on Instagram story she posted, I want to respond to this head on. I was on a flight before this, or I would have done this earlier. I could make excuses for myself, but there's no room for that. I see your comments and I did not take this lightly. I'm deeply sorry. I could say I was hyped up singing along to a song. I could say I was tipsy and in the moment, but that's just unnecessary excuses. But you've already made them. The fact that you even have to say that is like, you're making excuses. I've got to do better and know better. I'm appreciative of being held accountable. I feel terrible. You have my word. I'll do better and not let it happen again. I realize I have a giant platform that's been given to me, and it's so important to be a good role model, which is why this is upsetting to so many, understandably so, including myself. I'm with you. I'm also disappointed in myself. Now, people were kind of mixed reactions on this, but mainly negative reactions, because she has previously not been very like a good influencer. I remember I think it was Huda Beauty that came out with a highlighter set, like a, you know, like a quad thing, and it was mainly aimed at medium to dark skin tones. But the matter of fact is that she had already released a light to medium quad, so this was just like a completion of the collection. And she was like, she basically bought it and she was like, oh, why is this not for light skin tones? Why is this just for darker skin tones? Like, there was already a palette for you, you idiot. And also, like, for the longest time most makeup was aimed at people with lighter skin tones. So if a makeup company wants to release something purely for those of a darker skin tone, then they are that's more than okay. I don't understand the entitlement of everything is supposed to fit me, everything is supposed to look good on me, and it's supposed to be made for me with me in mind. You're not that special. There was already a highlighter from that makeup brand that was made for you, so why did you have to complain about someone just wanting to be inclusive? I'm so confused. Anyway, this is why I kind of don't believe this apology. I feel like she's very entitled and she's very much up her own. Next, Vanessa Hudgens did an interview with LA Times, and she said that she would love to work with Woody Allen again. Woody Allen being, you know, accused of not very good behavior, and not many actresses want to work with him now because they want to stand in kind of like unison with the other actresses. And she said, I don't know him, I've never met him, I only know what I've heard, and the fact is, I love his films and I love the romantic worlds that are created within them. You know, I love movies from problematic people and music by problematic people, but matter of fact is, don't publicly support them. Like, watch those movies in the privacy of your own home. Don't do this to your already dying career. That's essentially what I'm saying, because you've done two films in last year and this isn't really helping your case. You did The Night Before Christmas, and it's about a prince who travels in time to find his true love. It's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. And then you did that Two Princesses thing where there's like a princess that looks like you and you're like an average girl and whatever. It's crazy. I mean, your last good role was probably High School Musical, and then you were known for dressing well at Coachella. Let's stick with that and not this. It's just disappointing, to say the fucking least. Ew, who let her say that? Does she not have a PR team? I'm so confused. Anyway, Jeffree Star was being rude. He tweeted something out and then someone replied to him saying, Instagram doesn't care about its users, LMAO, otherwise why would they make all these crappy unwanted updates? Hive cares though, hashtag Hive family, which yeah, it was like unnecessary promotion, but it's like the amount of people that promote themselves under my videos and posts and stuff is crazy. But like I don't clap back because I've got better things to do, and Jeffree Star seems to be a lot more busy than me, so I'm not sure how he's finding the time to clap back, but he did. And he said, stop tweeting me, you stupid rip-off, no creativity, it looks worse than the original. But then again, what do we expect from Jeffree Star? I mean, he always claps back at people. I don't know why people are still surprised. It's like a Jeffree thing to clap back at people and give them attitude and be rude. So I'm not surprised, not even disappointed. I always have a lot to say about Jeffree Star, but the one thing I can say that's probably positive is that his products are good. I want to get his new highlights, the luxury $50 ones, but his personality online needs some work. It definitely does. I think sometimes he just needs to breathe and not tweet prematurely. Just wait it out, and if you still want to tweet it an hour later, then sure, go for it, but don't be so impulsive with your tweets is what I would say. But you know, who am I to tell Jeffree Star what to do? Last story, Jacqueline Hill. So we already discussed how expensive her products are. They are expensive. Her quads are $49. That's more expensive than Anastasia Beverly Hills. Get yourself some Anastasia Beverly Hills, not this. And then I saw that T-Spill tweeted out saying that she was gonna buy the stuff to try them out, and there was $10 shipping plus customs, because whenever, like, if I was to order from Jaclyn Hill's website and the moment they would kind of enter the UK, I'd have to pay customs on that, which is 20% plus an £8 handling fee. So what I would end up paying is $49 plus $10, that's $59. Take away 80% plus 80%, because I mean the conversion rate kind of makes it like a one-to-one thing, so it would end up being £59 plus customs, £8. I'd end up paying over like £65 for a highlight quad when I can just get it for like £35 for Anastasia Beverly Hills. I refuse to do this for someone who can't release hygienic, working, safe products without any hazards in them. Thank you. I don't know, it just makes the products more expensive, and I feel like she could have lowered the shipping price or lowered the actual product price, because as I said in my last few videos, she does not have the greatest track record with her releases, and I feel like until she builds up a portfolio of like good products, keep that ego slightly lower, get those prices slightly lower, because I just don't think 49 plus 10 is appropriate. It's just not. And then Jaclyn Hill also on her Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Twitter posted about, obviously these were supposed to be limited edition products, which makes no sense to me. I think if you're gonna release highlighters that are very like all year round, they should become a staple product. You have no products. Your lipsticks are not products that are in your portfolio. We are just completely going to ignore those. You can't release a product and then just like have it as limited edition. Have those highlights all year round. Have something to kind of like bring audiences in all year long. Don't anyway, who am I to tell her what to do? It's not, she's gonna listen. But they were supposed to be limited edition and they sold out, and she's going to be restocking them by Christmas, and I'm like, how is she already able to restock if they were out of stock? Unless she did like a lot of planning and expected to sell out, then I don't know how she's getting them this quickly, but go off, I guess. And that will be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything, comment down below, and subscribe, because I post videos every other day. Also, I try, sometimes there's delays, so turn notifications and you know when that's happening. Follow my socials, they'll be in the description down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.